going on, guys? SoCal Actual. What are we gonna do today? I don't know. I'm a little sick, but I still wanted to do a video, and I was watching nine hole reviews earlier, and if you haven't heard of that channel, it's a really good channel. Do a lot of range reports for various firearms out there, and they just so happened to do one on a kind of like a 727 early M4 or M16 A2 carbon type build. And I was like, you know what? I think that'll be a perfect topic for today. So I guess today we're gonna just talk about some California compliant fixed carry handle rifles. And if a little background on me. So when it comes to AR-15s, my favorite stuff is stuff that's more military inspired, stuff that, you know, cloned or loosely cloned-ish after things that, you know, were in service, you know, in the military and various, you know, groups and departments and things like that. That's kind of like where I go. I do have like a M-Lock AR. I did show that in the last video, but that's like, that's just like a, you know, an M-Lock one I built for, you know, for the lulls of it all. Like, this is the military style clones are my like absolute favorite type of thing to do. And of course it's mag locked. Let's go ahead and clear this. That's empty, nothing in there. Send her home. I love that sound, and that sound never gets old, ever gets old. Sending the bolt home. Oh my god, it sounds so good. Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about this a little bit. So firstly, also, I gotta get something out. I said in the last video, like I think in the intro, I was like back at it again with another video. That was dumb cringy. So please, if you had to unsubscribe from me for saying that, I get it. That I don't ever want to talk like that. I was in my real YouTuber bag there. But anyway, all right. So yeah, so this is kind of like a 727 clone-ish. So if you're familiar with, like, you know, old Colt ARs and things like that, and the kind of naming conventions and stuff, that pretty much was like a fixed carry handle rifle that had like a 14.5 inch like kind of like early M4 style barrel. Now once again, let me give you this caveat. I am not like an AR-15 expert. I have learned a lot about these, but I'm literally not like an expert. If you want a true expert, go holler at my boy Chris from Small Arm Solutions. That's a great channel. I watch everything that guy puts out. He's by far my favorite gun tuber. I have his book, Black Rifle 2. It's called America's Rifle Now, but it's a great read. Has basically the entire history of this platform. He's like a Colt historian. He's a guy. So if I, you know, say anything wrong once again, oh well, whatever. I'm still learning. But anyway, yeah. So let me talk about this a bit. And also, before anyone says anything about the PMag, listen, I don't have steels, okay? Steel 10/30 round mags are kind of expensive and kind of like ugly to find in California, but as soon as I get some, they will be replaced. They're replacing the PMag. So yeah, so let me talk about this. This is, you know, I built this to kind of do like a Gordon style thing. I know they're really popular, like the whole Gordon thing if you're a Black Hawk Down person. A lot of people also build these with the C7 uppers, and those are like the uppers that had the early like A1 style rear sight and not the A2 rear sight. And if you're kind of building something like that, it would be close to like what Leo had in Blood Diamond. I think people like call them like Blood Diamond carbons or something like that. So yeah, you know, and it wasn't terribly expensive to build. When I do my clones or clone-ishes, I don't do exact clones. I'm not a millionaire, man. Like, that stuff costs a lot of money to get every single part, like clone correct. And I'm in a lot of clone subreddits for ARs and all that stuff. And I appreciate every one of the guys and girls out there who, you know, do their exact clones. But I'm here for the looks, baby. I like the way they're looking. So the lower ain't right. It's a stag lower, you know, the whatever. It doesn't got the correct Colt barrel or whatever. Listen, it is what it is. It looks good to me, and that's all I care about. And also, I'm doing these things on a budget. So while an actual clone rifle of the 727 could cost you probably like, you know, maybe $2,000 plus, I built this for under $1,000, I think. and, you know, just sourcing various parts. I can't link to any of the websites, but if you just do your research, if you go out there and see what you need, you can get it done. So for example, like I know for a fact these had a 14.5 inch barrel. So you can try to source like you know, an FN one or a Colt one. This is a ballistic advantage, baby. And this is pin and welded here too to meet the length requirement for California. This is a pin and weld job my FFL did. And yeah, pin and welded. 14.5. It shoots. It's a 1 in 7 twist, so I got that right. We got a non F marked what's it called, front sight gas block. And you know, like I got this upper. Where did I get this upper from? This was back when you couldn't find A2 uppers too. They're all over the place now. But when I got this bad boy, like people were paying like $250 for these things. I just happened to get one on some random restock, and it was a stripped one. So I actually had to purchase a rear drum kit to like a rear sight kit to put this in here. And you know, this thing is annoying as heck to put in if you don't have a tool for it. So yeah, like, you know, this is the old style, like car stock, I believe, regular like A2 style grip here. This is maglock with my absolute favorite. I'll show you right here. This is the AR maglock. Yep, I didn't mean to split that. The AR maglock kingpin, and then, you know, inside I got the Hogue Freedom Fighter kit, and as usual. Watch my last video if you need to know more about that. And on top I have just a UX Tactical Systems carry handle mount. And this guy is the primary arms SLX Advanced 30 mil red dot, which is the best looking aim point comp M2 clone, in my opinion. I literally don't think they make a better one. I know Vortex makes one, or made one. I think also Strike Industries made one too. I don't know. I may be lying about that. Strike Industries might not even make red dots. I might have just made that up. But a couple other companies make them, but this is the absolute like closest one in my opinion. And even I think the little aim point, like little cap covers fit on these too, because I don't know if they come with these, but you can get them. So yeah, these are kind of hard to find nowadays, which is kind of unfortunate. Like I was able to get two like 2 years ago for like under $70, but these are getting kind of hard to find. But if you know a plug to get more of these, please let me know, because I absolutely love these dots. These hold zero really well. They're great. Got some Ranger bands on here. I got these skinny 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, the skinny 6-hole car hand guards. See, these aren't the normal M4 ones, which are kind of thicker. These are the skinny guys. And on the front here, I got a flashlight. This is a Work Ghost. This is literally a Streamlight, I think, knockoff, like I got from Amazon. I do have a Streamlight on another rifle, which is really good, but since this is just a range toy, I wasn't gonna put like a $150 light on it, so whatever. Pressure switch here, so that pops on. But yeah, this is my baby. This is probably one of my favorite ARs that I own. Definitely in the top 5 of the ARs I own. Let me get a little closer so you guys can check that out. But yeah, kind of just like your Gordon style clone AR-15. So that's fun. And then let me bring in my second carry handle, which I actually just finished here. Oh yeah, and this, here we go. Make sure that's in frame. Yeah. So, if you're the person who likes the military rifles, you know what this is. It's an M16A2. And in my opinion, this is the greatest AR-15 of all time. It is the best looking AR-15 of all time. It is my favorite style of rifle AR-15 of all time. It's a little bit closer to my heart. My mom is she's retired Army, and this is what she carried. This is what she, went to theater with. This was, what she qualified on, and I have tons of pictures of her with these, and doing things, formations and stuff with these. So it's, it's a special. It's like one of those special to my heart type rifles. So I absolutely had to build it, and it actually took me about, it took me 2 years to build this, only because I was just taking my time. You know how it is when you're a gun person, and one day it's like, all right, I want to build this, and then the next day it's like, okay, no, I want to build that, and the next day it's like, nah, I want to build this. So the first thing I got, what I started to do with builds is this. if you know you want to build something, just buy one part for it. Like, save your money up, do what you got to do to get the funds. Don't like go broke trying to do any of this stuff like that. But if you do know you want to build something and stick with it, at least get one part of it. And what I actually had first before anything was the upper receiver. I got this, I forgot where I got it from, but also was a stripped upper. So I had this like 2 years ago, and it was just sitting in my parts bin. The lower is an Arrow, but this isn't the lower I'm going to keep for it. I have the Palmetto State Armory M16A2 roll marked lower coming in. I'm going to swap this out for. This is just here for now. We'll also really love to get steel mags for this too. But yeah, so, and once again, it's not an exact clone. This is a 1.9 twist barrel from Delton, but it came with the whole, it came with the barrel. It came with the non F marked front sight, which is what you need for the fixed carry handle. If you want an F marked, then you're gonna want to use that with a removable carry handle. Even though you can still use them, I think you just have to adjust your rear sight post differently if you have an F marked front sight. But for non F marked front sights, they'll match up with no issue. So yeah, and this was not that expensive to build either. The stock is Delton, regular A2 grip, mil spec parts kit. Lower, I think it was a blim, so this thing was probably like $60 plus whatever transfer and taxes. These are from the grips, the nice like thin non-shiny grips, which are more for like the newer like mid-90s M16A2s. I think the earlier ones had the shiny ones, but I didn't really like the shiny ones too much. Yeah, this is from Rock River Arms. I got a bunch of parts from Rock River Arms. Rock River Arms has some really good stuff, man. Like, you guys better stop sleeping on them. They're great. I love Rock River Arms. Every single time I order from them, their prices are really good and they ship incredibly fast. I don't know what they got going on over there, but shout out to them. Yeah, so M16A2. Have not taken this to the range yet, but I will be. So what I did was I usually rock mil-spec triggers. I've never been like I need to have all the advanced triggers. I'm cool with mil-spec. I've always kind of been like, if it was good enough for the military, it's good enough for me. I'm not in the military. I've never shot any military weapons, but, I was talking to one of my buddies and he was like, it's like having a gaming PC. If you have a really high-end gaming PC with like a 4090 and all that stuff, and you're using like some trash wired like Dell mouse, that would be the equivalent of like the difference between a mil-spec trigger and like a proper like 2-stage trigger. So I actually did order a 2-stage trigger to throw in that Palmetto State lower for this, simply because like, if you know anything about the M16A2, a lot of people in the ethos dislike the rear. I think Stoner had a couple of interesting points to say about the rear sight, how people might fiddle with it, or it's like overly complicated. And I think it was more so designed by like people who are into like target shooting and stuff like that. So I want this to be a target rifle. I want to ring some steel out, all the way, 500 yards as long as I can. So I got myself a nice little 2-stage trigger, and I think it's from a company called Schmidt. I was thinking about getting the Geisley or either the the LaRue, but this one was slightly cheaper, and I didn't want to spend all that money if I've never even tried a 2-stage. What if I don't like it? So I got it from this company called JTF Con. They're a really great company. You can Google them, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna get that lower. I'm gonna install that and and take it to the range and see if I like it, but I'm sure it's gonna like it. If it's one thing I can definitely recommend, is if you don't have a 20-inch AR-15 in your collection, you are missing out. This thing, shooting 20-inch ARs is like butter. Like, it is unreal how smooth these are. And I have another M16 too. I have an A4, and I'll put that out there. That thing's a heavy girl. But this is just perfect. This is literally heaven in a rifle. Like, I don't know how you can get better than this. I mean, you can, depending on your use case, but for me, this is peak aesthetic for AR-15s at this point. It's just perfect. Like, I know everyone, I don't want to say everyone. I feel like if we're talking about M16s, it goes A4 at least in like the clone world, A4 seem to be the most popular, simply because the parts are readily available and they're easy to build, which is understandable why they're so popular. Then the more so like A1 style M16 seem to be really popular. You get the whole Fortunate Son Vietnam thing going on. But then the M16 is there just in the shadows. and I'm starting to see more of them, and I'm happy about that, because they don't get the love that they deserve. But I love them, and you should love them too. You should love any 20-inch AR-15. They're amazing. But yeah, so I just wanted to drop by real quick and kind of talk about some of my fixed carry handle ARs. I only have 2 for now. I'm not sure what else I would build. I think if I would do another fixed, it would go. I don't think I want like an A1 build, but I kind of feel like I have to. I feel like I need to complete the M16 series, so maybe I'll do that. My buddy has an A1. We'll see. We will see. Maybe that'll come. But I got future videos coming up for all my other stuff. I'm gonna kind of just slowly introduce the collection. I don't think I'm gonna do like a whole like collection video, because I mean, I feel like that's gonna be a huge video, and I could just do it in parts. And I got other things I'd like to talk about too. So yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you found it entertaining, and hopefully you're already putting a cart together to build yourself a fixed carry handle AR. And I think if you go to Right to Bear and just do your Googles. I always say that. Do your Googles. You will find the parts. You can build these now. The clone spectrum as far as like parts being available again, especially for fixed carry handle stuff, is out there. Like, everyone's on it. Palmetto State has a bunch of rifles that you can buy complete. I don't think the only complete rifle I've purchased are like my bolt action stuff and my AK. Every single AR I own, I've built myself, because there is just something with building that AR. It's a deeper connection, and to me that's a part of the why it's great to be a firearms owner and to be a 2A supporter. Like, you get to make these things your own. Like, each and every pin and spring is uniquely yours. It's extremely like therapeutic. I love it. I kind of like that portion more than shooting. Shooting is amazing, but like the part that this starts as a dust cover or a trigger you get, or a grip sitting in your bin, and over time it becomes a work of art to you and to what you like. So yeah, again, I don't know if I cleared this one, but it is empty. Whatever, I'll show you guys again. Yeah, there's nothing going on here but the wrench. That's clear. Maglock, same system. Already told you, it works great. I don't have the pin in here, so I have to actually push this one out. And this one sucks to get out, but it is what it is. All right, so yeah, Sokai Actual. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.